as a dairyman, everybody has a memory, a connection, a bond, if you will. I think back on all those stories, knowing that you're part of that pathway. Those are the things that are priceless to me.
Ideal Dairy is a progressive dairy. It's multiple generations. It's all about being here for the next generation.
My name is Crystal Grimaldi. I'm a dairy farmer, of course. Failure is always an option. And as dairies change and evolve, you have to be relevant and viable, which means changing and doing things differently. My dad is John Dickinson. He is a partner at Ideal Dairy. My mom, Denise, is also a partner. Our family farm, Ideal Dairy, has been in operation since 1908.
Back in 1981, when John and I decided to do our own little small dairy, our goal was to milk 80 cows there. It didn't go so well. We were struggling. We were milking 3 times a day, trying to make ends meet, and Crystal was born. We were like, our parenting was zero. The kid went to bed and she'd come up to the barn with her blanket and say, "Mom, when you coming down to the house?"
It's a bad deal.
And it was really hard, but we found some babysitters that would come after school and so on to take care of Crystal. We were both really passionate about keeping it alive.
Looking back, I wouldn't change the way that I grew up at all. I learned so much. My role on the farm when I was young was feeding calves. It became most apparent to me that it was different than the way other kids grew up, certainly when I started school. I really loved it when I was younger, but when I got to be a little bit older in high school, I was eager to try new things and see other things in the world. I completed my education and I started teaching. And then when my son was born, I was doing a lot of reflecting and thinking that I couldn't imagine him growing up any differently than I had grown up. Just being able to work with your family and in the hard work ethic that you learn growing up on a farm. Everybody's there helping to get the job done.
I'm Lorraine Dickinson. I'm the oldest member here now of this dairy farm. This was one of the early milk trucks. As you can see, it's kind of primitive. A couple of the milk drivers would be taking the bottles.
My grandfather was kind of the salesman on the road. My father oversaw the dairy. When I grew up, every summer, Dad would have 5 delivery routes. He would get me up in the morning and I would help him deliver milk. All the neighborhood schools in surrounding areas drank our milk. So everybody knew Ideal Dairy. Ideal Dairy has gone through a lot of transitions over the years.
My grandmother was getting older and she was still doing all the books and everything on the farm and getting a little bit beyond what she wanted to do. So I decided to come back to the farm. Things had really changed. So I kind of found a place where I thought I could add value. And my cousin Kyle was coming back to the farm. My cousin Luke, and he decided to come. So there was really a future here. The margins are slim in our industry. The farm that doesn't innovate is going to really struggle to continue operating in the future. As dairies change and evolve, there's a lot of consolidation. There's farms that are going out of business. It's not an easy lifestyle. The reason we're here at all is because of all the decisions that generations of our families made before we even thought about returning home to the dairy. My son's Aiden Grimaldi. He is 12. His everyday tasks are pushing up feed for our heifers in the evening. It's incredibly rewarding to see my dad, John, and my son Aiden interacting together. My dream is to build something that lasts, continuing on that legacy so that the next generation can continue to make their mark.